Welcome back to another video. We are so glad that you are here hanging out with us today. Today's kind of a fun video for us. We have been talking about making this and sharing this with y'all for quite some time. So we wanted to share a few of the foods that we are no longer buying at the grocery store, but choosing to make at home, and kind of explain the why behind it. So if you've been following our channel for a while, maybe you've noticed that we really try to make a lot of our food at home. If we can eat at home, we try to do that. And if most of the ingredients can be homemade, sourced locally, that is even better. So there's a couple of foods that we have really tried to make a commitment to only make at home. And the first one up is bread. So if y'all have followed us for a while, you'll know that Brian has been making our bread for a couple of years. He really mastered the art of sourdough right when sourdough became popular years ago. And it's only been in the last few weeks that he has been teaching me how to do it. So I'm happy to say that in the last 2 weeks, I have made 2 really beautiful loaves. And one thing that led us to wanting to make our own bread at home is if you look at the packaging on bread products in the store, there are so many ingredients listed. And then when you make bread at home, it really is just flour, water, salt, sometimes a little bit of honey if you're making a certain type of bread. So there's very few ingredients that go into making delicious bread at home. So that really led us to try to make all of our bread products at home, from dinner rolls to hamburger buns to bagels, tortillas, sandwich bread, artisan loaf, sourdough. Really, all of our bread products are now made at home. And we have come to really enjoy that process. And next up, guys, is kombucha. I bought a kombucha starter at Azure Standard, and I will put the link to that down below. I've tried to make it in the past and haven't had success, but I'm happy to say that this time around I have a very healthy SCOBY, if you know what that is, and it has grown, and I think we're on our 5th or 6th batch of kombucha, so we definitely have figured out how this works. So kombucha is something that we wanted to add to our diet because fermented foods are so healthy for you. I follow a podcast called You're the Cure by Dr. Ben Edwards. I'll link that down below. And he talks so much about the health benefits of fermented foods. And kombucha is an easy way to add those to your diet. If you like to drink a fizzy drink, then kombucha is a great way to get started with that. If you buy kombucha at the store, it can get expensive very quickly. And so that's one reason why I didn't give up and kept trying to make it at home. Also, store-bought kombucha can have a lot of added sugar. So when you make it at home, you get to control the sweetness, and you also get to experiment with lots of different flavors. So it's actually been really fun. Each batch we try a new flavor, and that has been so cool to try different things and see what we like and what we don't like. And the process is actually very simple. You just move your SCOBY over to a clean jar and add a little bit of your starter back into that jar. And then you just use black tea is what I've read and found to be really useful. You just rebrew about 5 tea bags of black tea with 1 cup of cane sugar, and then you let that come to room temperature, and then you dump all of that back into your new batch, and then your other batch that you had already brewed, you get to pour into glass bottles, put that out on the counter, and let it ferment and get fizzy. And then you have your completed kombucha, and it has been such a good and fun process. We all are enjoying it every single day. Another product that we are no longer buying at the store is yogurt. Y'all know that my Evan eats so much yogurt, and it was one of the things that we were having to buy every single week in bulk. It's one of the primary foods that he eats. My Evan has Down syndrome and has a food aversion to a lot of foods, and yogurt is one of the foods that he will actually eat. Don't worry about his diet. We work with a dietitian, and all of his nutritional needs are met. But knowing what is in his yogurt, since it is something that he eats so much of, has been really comforting to me. So we make yogurt in our Instapot a gallon at a time. And really, the cost of a gallon of yogurt is equal to about the cost of a gallon of milk. The only other thing that I add is about 1/8 a cup of cane sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla. And then if I'm flavoring it for anybody else in the family, my sweet Evan likes just plain vanilla, then I can add a coconut flavoring or some pumpkin puree and all the toppings. But this has been so easy to make at home. I am really hoping to make a blog post over on our website with a step-by-step process. A lot of people can get intimidated, but if you have an Instapot and a yogurt strainer, it is so easy, friends. So I really encourage you, if you and your family enjoy yogurt, it is a really easy thing to start making in 2026. Okay, the next one is pizza. This one is actually my husband's doing. His goal in 2026 is to perfect pizza crust. We do not make New Year's resolutions anymore. We make New Year's goals. And a lot of them are just kind of fun, quirky things like this that we just are interested in and want to learn about and want to do better at. So pizza dough is his. He has been making about 2 pizzas a week for us, which we usually will eat them for a lunch. So we do not buy frozen pizza anymore, and we do not get takeout delivery pizza anymore. Homemade dough with a simple sauce and lots of quality toppings is just better all around. It's also become a fun ritual for us that we look forward to. Pizza night or pizza lunch is something that we all will gather around the table for, and it is so much better and more enjoyable than just grabbing a box from your freezer. And lastly, one thing that I just tried this week, so I can't tell you how it turned out, but I bought some vanilla beans at As Your Standard. I actually bought them months ago, and I hoped to get the bottles done and given as Christmas gifts, but we all know how that goes. I did not get to it. So today I got out all of my vanilla beans. I sliced them down the center, and then I read the directions. You needed a 40% alcohol, and so I went to the liquor store and talked to the gentleman, and he helped me pick out this vodka. And so I did 8 ounces for about 6 to 8 sliced vanilla beans. And so I think I did 3 cups and then as many vanilla beans as that needed. And I have this really cute jar that has the kind of pop top lid. And so I don't know how many months I need to wait. I still need to research that. If you know that, go ahead and tell me down in the comments. But when you sliced open these vanilla beans, y'all, it smelled so good. And there's probably still, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 vanilla beans in the bag that I didn't end up using. So I need to figure out how to use those up in recipes. I've seen people just add them to vanilla yogurt or just kind of simmer them. So if you have any ideas for how to use, just pure vanilla beans, I would be so interested to know. I'm really excited to use this for baking. I think 3 cups of vanilla is actually quite a lot. I think this bag was about $30. I'll have to go back and look, but vanilla has been so expensive, so y'all know that this is probably worth the cost and effort. It only took me a few minutes to put all this together. So for us guys, the shift isn't about doing more and adding more to our life. It's really about doing less but better. Fewer ingredients, lots of more real food, and more connection with what we're eating. We enjoy being in the kitchen, so this doesn't feel like a burden. It feels like a blessing. This has helped us to slow down and be more mindful of what we're eating and feel more confident about what we're putting into our bodies. So, if you're on a similar journey towards simpler and more natural living, let me know down in the comments. I would love to have ideas on other things we can add to this list So what have you stopped buying, and what are you making yourself, or what do you hope to stop buying and start making? And if you would like to see videos on how I make these things, how we make our bread, kombucha, yogurt, pizza, bone broth, vanilla beans, vanilla extract, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments what you would like to see. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye friends.